Money is everywhere. It shapes the choices you make, the risks you avoid, the dreams you postpone, and the fears you don't talk about. Whether you like it or not, money quietly influences almost every part of your life. And yet, most people go through life without ever truly understanding it. From a very young age, most of us are taught one core belief: work hard, get a good job, and you'll be financially safe. It sounds reasonable, but here's the uncomfortable truth. Millions of people follow this advice perfectly and still live paycheck to paycheck. Hard work alone does not create financial freedom. In fact, if you don't understand how money works, working harder often makes things worse, not better. Income is not wealth. Income is money that comes in. Wealth is what remains when income stops. A person earning $200,000 a year can be broke. A person earning $50,000 a year can be wealthy. The difference is not talent, luck, or intelligence. The difference is how money is managed, allocated, and multiplied over time. Most people focus only on income, how to earn more, how to negotiate a raise. Very few people focus on where their money actually goes, how much of it they keep, and whether it works for them or against them. That's the real game. Lifestyle inflation is a pattern that traps millions. You get a raise, you feel relieved, you upgrade your lifestyle. A better apartment, a nicer car. But slowly, the pressure returns. More bills, more obligations, more stress. Despite earning more, you feel just as stuck. This is one of the most dangerous financial traps because it feels like progress. But in reality, it keeps you running in place. Time is the real currency. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. When you trade all your time just to survive, money becomes your master. When you build systems that generate money without constant effort, money becomes your tool. This is the difference between people who are always busy and people who are truly free. Why do we spend years learning math and science, but almost no time learning how money works? No one teaches how debt traps people, how interest works, or how to build security. Instead, people learn through mistakes and regret. There are two broad categories of people. Type 1. They exchange time for money forever. Their income depends entirely on their presence. Type 2. They build or own assets, businesses, investments, systems. These people work to reduce dependency on their own time. This difference in mindset compounds over years. Debt can be a tool or a trap. Most people are buried in consumer debt that finances lifestyle. Very few learn how to use strategic debt to acquire assets. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a clarity problem. They don't know how much comes in or where it goes. Operating in the dark creates constant anxiety. Stability is not the same as security. True security comes from resilience, the ability to absorb shocks like job loss or economic downturns. Most budgets fail because they focus on control and restriction, not understanding. A budget that only tells you what not to do creates resistance. What you actually need first is visibility. Money flows in three directions: income, expenses, and surplus or deficit. Hope is not a strategy. You need a complete, honest picture of your cash flow. Not all expenses are equal. Fixed expenses like rent and utilities are predictable. Variable expenses like food and entertainment change. Most financial stress comes from ignoring this distinction. You need to focus on the big, recurring leaks. Three categories quietly destroy progress: housing that's too expensive, transportation that signals status not utility, and subscription creep. These consume future flexibility. Positive cash flow creates options: saving, investing, taking risks, or saying no to bad opportunities. Negative cash flow creates panic and forced decisions. Wealth begins with consistently positive cash flow, not big wins. Emergency funds don't make you rich, they make you calm. Saving money feels responsible, but being too conservative can be a huge risk. Inflation slowly erodes the value of cash. Your money doesn't disappear, it just buys less every year. Doing nothing with your money is still a decision, and often an expensive one. Savings are for emergencies and short-term stability. Investing is for growth. Confusing these roles leads to bad decisions. Investing is ownership. You are owning companies, businesses, and productive systems. The goal is participation in long-term growth. Volatility is not the real risk. Permanent loss of purchasing power is. Holding cash for decades is a slow, silent loss. Survival matters more than returns. Not all assets are created equal. Equities, bonds, real estate, and cash each play a role. Problems arise when people expect one asset to do everything. Concentration creates wealth, diversification protects it. Spreading risk reduces the chance of catastrophic loss. Risk management matters most when it feels unnecessary. Volatility is the price of admission to growth. It's not a sign that something is broken. Simplicity is clarity. Simple portfolios are easier to understand and stick with during stress. Detachment is a skill. A strategy you can stick with beats a perfect strategy you abandon at the worst time. Sustainability is success. Your ability to earn is your most important asset. Income is the engine that fuels your investments. High-leverage skills like communication, technology, and leadership compound like investments. Your career is a portfolio of skills and options. Security comes from flexibility, not loyalty alone. Passive income usually starts as highly active effort. Multiple income streams mean diversifying sources over time for resilience. Ownership aligns effort with upside. Equity, profit sharing, and intellectual property are paths where effort pays you long after the work is done. Money is a tool, not a scoreboard. Your path should serve your values, not someone else's highlight reel. Strategic effort beats endless hustle. Define what money is for in your life. Principles endure. Live below your means. Maintain positive cash flow and avoid catastrophic risk. Wealth rewards endurance. Define you're enough. Knowing you're enough protects you from unnecessary stress. Financial freedom is about options, the choice to walk away or say no without fear. A successful financial life is balanced. Wealth without meaning is hollow. Legacy is about the stability you create and the examples you set. Simplicity is refinement. Money should reduce stress, not create it. It's the infrastructure for a life well lived. Build it strong, flexible, and simple. The choice is about becoming free enough.